Have you ever felt, no matter how hard you try or how much effort you put in, it seems like nobody truly cares about what you're doing? That sense of being unsupported, maybe even profoundly alone in your struggles, can feel like a heavy burden. It's as if your contributions and challenges are invisible to the world around you. But what if I told you that this feeling isn't unique to you? In fact, it's a common human experience, especially in our fast-paced, overwhelming modern lives. And what if I told you that the Stoic philosophers offer a powerful, enduring way to understand why this happens? And more importantly, a clear path to cultivating an inner strength and value that naturally commands respect and genuine connection? Today, we're going to explore the roots of that feeling of being overlooked. We'll uncover Stoic principles that teach us how to build such strong character and a clear sense of purpose that the world can't help but take notice. Not because we demand it, but because we've become truly worth noticing. We'll learn how to forge resilience and meaning from within, fundamentally changing our relationship with ourselves and, as a result, with everyone else. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about a profound internal transformation. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll share a powerful ancient parable that illustrates the shift from feeling invisible to becoming undeniably significant through the cultivation of inner worth. So let's embark on this journey together. To truly understand how to become someone worth noticing, we first need to grasp why we often feel overlooked in the first place. First, the uncomfortable truth of our shared reality. Why is this sense of being overlooked so common? It's rarely because of malice. Think about your own daily life. A constant stream of personal concerns, tasks, worries, and aspirations. Your internal world is a universe in itself. Now imagine that intensity multiplied by billions. Each person is, in essence, the central figure in their own life story, with their own well-being and immediate connections naturally taking precedence. The ancient Stoic philosophers, figures like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, recognized this with remarkable clarity. They didn't lament it, they saw it as an observable aspect of our shared human condition. People are, by nature, primarily focused on their own affairs, their own interpretations, their own challenges. To expect otherwise without first offering a compelling reason for others to shift their focus is often a path to frustration. As Epictetus put it, people act based on their own perceptions of what is right or necessary for them. It is not possible that he should follow what appears right to you, but what appears so to himself. Their attention and priorities are naturally shaped by their own internal world, not by our desires for their focus. In our modern, hyper-connected era, this self-focus is magnified. We're inundated with information, a constant barrage of notifications and stimuli, each vying for a fraction of our limited attention. The digital landscape is a cacophony of voices. In such an environment, simply existing, or even broadcasting your own needs and accomplishments, can feel like whispering in a storm. Your message may be valid, but its chances of being truly heard and absorbed are slim unless it carries a distinct and valuable resonance. So the core insight here isn't that people are inherently uncaring. Rather, active caring is a finite resource, naturally directed toward what individuals perceive as most relevant and valuable to their own lives. This isn't a cynical view, it's a pragmatic one. Acknowledging this reality without bitterness is the crucial first step toward navigating it effectively, not by becoming louder or more demanding, but by cultivating a different kind of presence. Second, the Stoic path to genuine significance. If the default is a degree of indifference, what then is the path to genuine significance? To being truly seen and valued? It's not found in mastering the art of self-promotion or in transactional relationships. The Stoic answer is far deeper and more internally focused. It lies in the relentless cultivation of virtue, in the dedicated effort to become a person of exceptional character and demonstrable utility. The Stoics encapsulated this ideal in the word arete, often translated as virtue or excellence. It means living up to one's highest potential as a rational and social being. This isn't an abstract ideal, but a practical pursuit built upon four cardinal virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. As Seneca put it, virtue is nothing else than right reason. Let's consider these pillars. The first one is wisdom, Sophia. This is the master virtue, the ability to navigate life's complexities with clarity and sound judgment. It means understanding the world as it truly is, distinguishing what is genuinely good, our character, our choices, what is genuinely bad, a flawed character, poor choices, and what is indifferent, things like health, wealth, and reputation, which are not inherently good or bad, but are materials upon which our virtue can act. Cultivating wisdom means we stop chasing external validation because we understand its fleeting nature. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." A mind cultivated in wisdom offers clarity, and in a world often clouded by confusion, clarity is magnetic. The second pillar is justice, dikaiosine. This extends beyond mere legality to encompass moral rightness in all our dealings. It's about fairness, honesty, empathy, and fulfilling our duties to others and to society. When we operate from a place of justice, we treat people with inherent respect, regardless of their status or what they might offer us in return. We contribute positively, act with integrity even when no one is watching, and honor our commitments. We're not trying to manipulate others into caring. Rather, through consistent, fair action, we demonstrate our care for the common good. This builds trust, the foundation of all meaningful human connection. The third pillar is courage, Andrea. This is not just physical bravery, but more fundamentally, moral courage. It's the strength to face adversity with resilience and equanimity, to speak truth even when it's unpopular or risky, to stand firmly by our principles when they're tested, and to endure hardship without succumbing to despair or bitterness. A person who embodies true courage becomes a source of quiet strength, not just for themselves, but as an example and support for others. Seneca observed, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." In a world that often encourages conformity and timidity, genuine courage shines as a beacon of integrity. The fourth pillar is temperance, sophrosin. This is the virtue of moderation, self-control, discipline, and inner balance. It's the ability to govern our desires, emotions, and appetites, to avoid harmful excesses, and to maintain composure and clarity in the face of temptation or provocation. A temperate person is not swayed by every fleeting whim or passion. They are reliable, consistent, and demonstrate mastery over their own internal domain. This self-mastery commands a deep, often unspoken respect because it is so rare and so clearly indicative of inner strength and order. But how does cultivating these internal virtues translate into others taking notice? Because these virtues are not passive states. They inevitably manifest in our actions, our decisions, our presence, and crucially, in the tangible and intangible value we bring to the world and to the lives of those around us. Third, from inner virtue to outer value. When you dedicate yourself to the daily practical application of Stoic virtue, several transformations naturally occur. You become a source of stability and clarity. Life is inherently uncertain. A person who has cultivated inner resilience through courage, who remains calm under pressure due to temperance, and who offers reasoned perspective born of wisdom, becomes an anchor in turbulent waters. People are drawn to those who can not only weather their own storms, but who exude a sense of stability that can, by extension, calm the waters for others. You begin to offer genuine, unconditional contribution. A just person, as the Stoics conceived, understands their interconnectedness with others. They look for ways to contribute to the well-being of their community, their family, their workplace, society at large. This isn't always about grand, heroic acts. More often, it's about being a consistently reliable colleague, a genuinely supportive friend, a responsible and engaged citizen, or a mentor who shares knowledge freely. This genuine, selfless helpfulness, devoid of neediness or a hidden agenda, creates authentic bonds of gratitude and respect. As Seneca taught, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. You also start to radiate undeniable authenticity. Stoicism, at its heart, is about living in accordance with nature, your own true, rational human nature, and the nature of reality itself. When your actions consistently align with your deeply held values, you become profoundly authentic. There's no disconnect between what you say and what you do. This congruence is incredibly powerful in a world saturated with artifice. People crave the real, the genuine. Finally, you become an effective problem solver, first for yourself and then for others. The Stoic path is one of continuous self-improvement. By applying these principles, you become more adept at managing your own emotions, overcoming obstacles, and achieving rational goals. As you become more capable, resilient, and wise, you naturally develop the capacity to understand and help others, or to create systems, products, or art that provide solutions and value. Fourth, the crucial Stoic shift. Here is a pivotal distinction. You are not cultivating virtue in order to make people notice you. That would still be tying your inner peace and sense of worth to external outcomes, the very dependency the Stoics warned against. Instead, you cultivate virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, temperance, because it is, as the Stoics believed, the sole good, the path to a flourishing, meaningful life, eudaimonia, regardless of external applause or recognition. The Stoics remind us that our true power lies in shaping our own responses and intentions, not in chasing the shifting opinions of the crowd. When you pour your energy into developing your own integrity and excellence, you free yourself from the exhausting cycle of seeking validation. Your self-worth becomes rooted in your own standards and efforts, not in the unpredictable reactions of others. As Epictetus advised, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This inward focus creates a quiet confidence that radiates outwards, making you resilient in the face of criticism or neglect. Over time, others may come to respect and admire the consistency and authenticity you embody, but their recognition is no longer the source of your fulfillment. Instead, you find meaning in the daily practice of living true to your values, regardless of who is watching. And here lies an empowering paradox. When you genuinely don't need others to notice, when your sense of self is robust and internally derived, when you are operating from a place of authentic strength and virtue for its own sake, that is precisely when people are most likely to be drawn to you. That's when they are most likely to respect you, to trust you, and yes, even to notice you in a genuine way. Your serene acceptance of their potential indifference, coupled with your consistent virtuous action, becomes compelling. Consider Marcus Aurelius. As emperor, he could have been consumed by public opinion. Instead, his meditations reveal a relentless focus on his duties, his character, and his service to the Roman people. He famously wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." His enduring impact stems not from a desire for fame, but from the profound quality of his inner life and his commitment to Stoic principles. Fifth, modern applications of ancient wisdom. How does this ancient wisdom translate into actionable strategies in our complex 21st century lives? In your professional life, strive to be the person who, through cultivated wisdom, tackles complex problems with clarity. Be the colleague who, through unwavering justice, treats everyone fairly and acts with integrity. Be the innovator who, through courage, takes on challenges that others avoid. Be the professional who, through temperance, remains composed and effective under pressure. Your consistent value will speak for itself. In your personal relationships, be the friend or partner who, through wisdom, offers thoughtful advice and truly listens. Be the one who, through justice, is loyal and trustworthy. Be the individual who, through courage, engages in difficult but necessary conversations with compassion. Be the presence who, through temperance, offers stability rather than drama. These are the foundations of relationships built on mutual respect. Even in your online interactions, focus on providing genuine value rooted in your authentic self. Wisdom. Be fair and respectful. Justice. Dare to offer a unique perspective. Courage. Maintain consistency and quality. Temperance. Over time, those who resonate with substance and integrity will find you. The Stoic path isn't about suppressing emotion. It's about cultivating emotional intelligence and principled action. It's about shifting your focus from the external, what others think, to the internal, who you are choosing to be. Sixth, the true transformation. That initial feeling of being overlooked can be entirely reframed. It ceases to be a lament and becomes a liberating starting point, freeing you from the exhausting game of seeking external validation and directing you toward the deeply fulfilling work of building an unshakable inner character. When you commit to the daily practice of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, you are no longer defined by the attention or indifference of others. You are defined by your character, and a person of strong, virtuous character who contributes to the world from a place of inner sufficiency naturally becomes someone people notice, respect, and value. Not because you manipulated them, but because you become undeniably valuable and authentically admirable. The notice you receive becomes a natural byproduct of your cultivated excellence. Now, before you go, let me conclude this episode with a short parable that captures this essence. In a bustling city, there lived a humble lamp maker. Each day, he toiled in obscurity, crafting simple oil lamps. His work was unremarkable, and few ever noticed him or his wares. The townspeople flocked to the grand bazaar, dazzled by merchants who shouted the loudest and boasted the brightest colors. The lamp maker, quiet and diligent, was overlooked. One year, a terrible storm struck the city. The winds howled, and darkness swallowed the streets. The ornate lanterns and extravagant torches, so prized for their beauty, were quickly extinguished by the gale. Yet in the heart of the storm, a single, steady light remained. The lamp maker's humble creation, built with care, wisdom, and an understanding of what truly endures. People gathered around this small, unwavering flame. They found comfort, warmth, and hope. The lamp maker had not sought attention or praise. He had simply devoted himself to his craft, guided by the virtues of patience, excellence, and quiet strength. In the moment of greatest need, his inner qualities shone through his work, and the city finally saw his true value. The timeless path of Stoicism teaches us to be that lamp maker. Focus on your inner architecture, on the quality of your character, on the integrity of your actions. The world in its own time will notice, not because you demand it, but because true excellence and genuine contribution always do. So stop worrying about whether the world notices. Instead, redirect that energy. Start building something within yourself, a character, skills, a way of being, so robust, valuable, and authentically you that it becomes undeniably worth noticing. Start that construction today. The perceived indifference of the world is not a judgment upon you. It is an invitation to become exceptional.